So, welcome to part 2 in our video mini-series, How to Connect with Your Ideal Client. Today we are answering that second question, how do you help? If we haven't met yet, if you haven't watched the first video, I'm Kay King and I'm a marketing mentor. So I work with business owners who are a bit afraid or a bit overwhelmed by marketing to help you move past that fear and learn to make marketing work for you so that you can grow your business. So if you have watched the first video, you will remember that we need to connect with our ideal client on a really emotional level to be able to get them to sit up and take notice of us so that they will follow us on social media, they'll want to make contact with us and want to work with us. That emotional connection is so important, and the reason it's so important is that we all feel that we need to belong with a group of people. We all feel that we need to be surrounded by people like us. People can feel that they belong with us when they connect, and they have to feel that connection in the heart, really. It's not a head decision deciding whether to work with someone, it's a heart decision. And when they feel connected, they will feel like they belong and will want to buy from us. They can only connect with us if they really truly get what it is that we can do for them, so how we can help them, because they're surrounded by thousands of messages all day, every day, like we all are. So your ideal client is no different to you. They are bombarded with messages and you need to be able to cut through that, and they need to be able to get it instantly, what it is that you're about and how you can help them. And they can only get that if you are consistently telling your story, and in a way that's relevant to them and in a way that's true and authentic. So consistency, repetition in your marketing are not a bad thing. People worry about saying the same thing all the time. Consistency and repetition are good. So if you remember, there are 3 big questions you need to ask yourself to be able to connect with your ideal client. Who do you help? How do you help them? And why are you different? If you've already watched the first video and started doing the work, that's brilliant. If you haven't, it's probably best that you watch them in the order that they come. So who do you help first, then how do you help, and then the third and final one. But if you're here now and you want to crack on, that's fine. Just go back and watch the first one when you're ready. So today we are looking at the how do you help question. Now, that how do you help question is, it is all about you because it's about what you do, but it's also about your ideal client. It's about the people that you help. So whilst you need to start by looking at how you help people, the most important part of this work is the impact it has on your client. So it's all about you initially, but really it's not all about you at the end of the day. It's about your client. So what exactly do you do and how do you do it? So I'd suggest you get a notebook or piece of paper and write down exactly what you do when you work with your clients in really fine detail. We know instinctively what we do and why we do what we do, because we know why a particular approach or a particular service or a particular way of working with someone, if you're a therapist, we know why that works because we've been doing it for years and years and years and we're the experts. But your clients and your potential clients out there, they don't know that. So you need to explain to them in a way that connects with them how you help them. So, for example, if you're a therapist, how do you get to know a new client? What happens during their first session? What do you do to make them feel comfortable? These are all questions that they're going to have. So write it all down, and write down why you do this and why you take this particular approach. What questions do you ask when you first start working with someone? And why do you ask these questions? So is it so that you can understand what's gone on in the past for them? If you're a photographer, you will talk to somebody to help them feel comfortable and more relaxed. And the reason you do that is so that when you start doing the photography, doing the shoot, that person will be more relaxed and the images will be a better reflection of who they are. So you know that instinctively, but you need to be able to get that across to potential clients. So write every little thing down. Again, going back to if you're a therapist, what's the room look like when it's set up, and why do you set it up in that particular way? Why do you have art on the walls? And if you do, why do you have art on the walls? Do you have a particular layout for the room in terms of the furniture and the seating? And why is that? To make people feel comfortable, to make sure people focus on what you're saying, or so you can focus on what they're saying. There's all that tiny, tiny detail. Write it all down every single step of the way. One way that you can help yourself do this is to imagine that you're talking to a 4-year-old. You know how they ask those questions all the time. They ask a question and you give them an answer and then they go, but why? But why? So keep going through the process of why you do what you do and detail step by step exactly what you do. And then start to think about how all of this solves their problem that they have in relation to working with you. So many people will have heard the example of a drill bit. You're not selling a drill, you are selling a hole in the wall. It's a really common training example. And the reason I'm talking about it here is that people don't care what you do. So if you're a photographer, they don't care what kit you've got. They don't care how many photos you take. They care about the impact that those images will have on their business, for example, if they're having shots done for their business. So going back to the drill example, you're not selling the drill, you're selling the hole in the wall. That hole is allowing someone to put up a shelf. And that shelf is allowing that person to show off their favourite things in their room. And that makes them feel good. So every time they look at that shelf with their lovely favourite things on it, they feel happy, safe, protected in their home. Now that's quite an extreme example, but it does illustrate how you need to go beyond the obvious, beyond the surface of what it is that you do, and start to look at why you do it and what the impact is on your ideal clients. Go back to the answers and the work you did on the first question, the who you help question, and focus particularly on how do they feel and what are they looking for. The work that you do with them is designed to address how they feel and make them feel better. That work is designed to have an impact on them in a positive way. So think about what it is that they're struggling with. What are they looking for in relation to working with you or buying your product or your service? And that is the thing that will help you create messages that will connect with them. Remember, as I said at the beginning, it's all about you, but it's really not all about you. It's absolutely about the transformation that you bring about to people's lives. So the answer to the question, how do you help, is not really the what you do, but it's about the impact you have on the lives of your potential clients. That's what your marketing needs to talk about, and that's how you can connect with your ideal client. So let me know how you're getting on. You can follow me on Instagram or join the Marketing Pop-In, my free Facebook group, or you can also find me on LinkedIn, or just drop me an email if you'd like to let me know how you're getting on, or if you've got questions. The next video that will be dropping into your inbox is the final question. We'll help you answer the final question: why are you different? So keep an eye out for that over the next few days, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.